This is the first time I sit here.
You're not using the...
Huh?
You're not using that screen.
I'm not sure. Do you want to...
Connect it all up.
This is... When people complain about this is too soft, now I can...
Know what they mean.
Yeah, it's too soft. Do you want to put the screen on or...?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, if you put the screen... Yeah, if you just leave some room for massages, you go behind.
Yeah. There is a bit of room.
Doesn't matter, just bring it forward a bit.
Yeah.
You should actually be kept this all the time because otherwise people can't really go in the... Change the marking.
There's already the squares on the floor.
Yeah, we made...
By that box, that line.
We made the marking, we changed the marking.
You see these markings here?
You could just...
No, but you made the mistake in the first place, so...
See which square it's in.
Yeah, because you
The
can't...
legs are the right squares.
It's cartoon. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Grivaradari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Grivaradari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Who played drum?
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Grivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Grivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So not. Yeah, you can put it back on there. Yeah.
That was very good. Getting some.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I just got it down. I don't know how to play it. I just play it.
Slap it.
Myself. As long as it goes with it. Yeah. But when I'm at home, I can do whatever.
That's
So
why
I sit there in my
I
temple.
think perhaps you need to have that approach.
Absolutely. I mean, like, who cares? The Lord is not laughing at you. He's taking your effort. So that's my effort on that.
The fact that you dared actually be brain enough just to play it, and you're not been coming for too long, it's quite courageous actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to just to be brave, like everything else in life. You have to be brave.
I think if you're honest, an honest person, and you know you're going to take the right road every time, your bravery is tested every time.
Well, I can.
And you played quite good actually, I think.
Thank you for a beginner.
Yeah, for a beginner, I mean, this is your second attempt. That was quite good.
Thank you.
I reckon.
Thank you very much for being on my own as well. Because last week there was a boy. I was playing with the boy. It wasn't right then. He went. I think So I could remember seeing them. Because I've
Yeah, I mean you have to.
But I do other kinds of training as well, and so I mean I was getting some images of the boy from Sunday. Actually, that it was to keep me going, kind of thing. Sort of like just the feeling and just like learning from them basically, because they're so young. They're just very young, and they're slacking. They're putting
Like everything else, if you put heart into anything, it would.
Age is a very big difference.
The energy. The main thing is that like now I feel okay, but in the first one, near the beginning, I could really feel my arms.
Yeah, it practice. Yeah, but if you put your heart into anything, you would do great.
Yeah.
You like it, then you play nicely. God will reciprocate like that.
Honestly, age is a big thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It
yeah,
really
yeah.
is. I will tell you, when I will recite my verses, so the younger children, I recite and they have learned it. And I'm still learning it. I learn every single day, and they hear me 2 days, and they know it like that.
Because the mind is different.
So
As is
young.
clear, their mind, they haven't got the same
Mm.
kind of mind or all the material in their mind that we've got. Theirs is more
Pupji, when I
empty.
recite my verses, Neela Mataji sits with me, and she sat with me. I recited them for 2 hours? She said, I know it now, but I had to do it for another 10 days.
Okay, yeah, it's
She
just
said, yeah, mind.
deteriorate. I mean, the quality of the mind.
Because maybe as older you're questioning yourself, and if they don't question, that could be a
No,
part
it's just
of it.
memory. My memory is not so great
It's
as mine.
also some things to do with the functioning of the body that they say that the memory gradually
It deteriorates like everything else. It's it's
But
comes
I
to.
have a lot of information on those kind of things, and there are ways of preventing it from doing that so quickly.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a span of life, like you put a milk in the fridge after 3 days, it goes off. So like everything else, it's
But what you do
time.
here,
One of the function of time is just to deteriorate things, it's just annihilating. Time is a killer after all.
what you do here though, because one of the big things that just one of the, probably the biggest key is the blood circulation. I mean, there's a whole, obviously it's very complex, the whole functioning of the body, but if you can keep the circulation going throughout the whole body, what happens when it starts slowing down, organs start under functioning, and it's all to do with you need the blood to go up to the brain. The brain is the master organ. So when it's not going up enough, everything has to be taken care of, and there's not enough energy then without the circulation
You
slowed
can
down.
slow down the deterioration speed, but you can't stop it. It goes
If the
down.
circulation slows down or gets sluggish, is another way of putting it, sluggish, or they talk about blockages of chi. If there's blockages, then you've got slower thinking. That's why you see kids moving very fast. And, if you keep up your activity, you can, and you're careful about it, then you can still move reasonably fast when you're older. But there's
Right.
so the conventional beliefs, Western beliefs, aren't the absolute truth.
Right. Today we're reading from Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 2, verse 71. So I'll read and then you repeat. Huh? This is the
I'm okay, yeah, it's fine.
Vihaya kamanya sarvan pumam charati nihishpiraha nirmamo nirahankara shashantim adakshijati vihaya kamanya sarvan pumam charati nishpiraha Nirmamo nirahankara. Shashantim adikshachati. Vihaya kamanya sarvan. Pumam charati nishpiraha. Nirmamo nirahankara. Sashantim adikshajati. You have a go, Ben. Vihaya kamanya sarvan. Pumam charati nishpiraha. Nirmamo nirahankara. Shashantim adikshachati. Chen, do you want to have a go? Vihaya kamanya sarvan. Piraha. Pumam charati nishparaha. Nirahankara. Nirmamo nirahankara. Shashantim adikshajati. Vihaya kamanya sarvan. Pumam charati nishpiraha. Nirmamo nirahankara. Shashantim adikshajati. Now word by word, I'll read the word meaning and then you follow. Vihaya, giving up. Kaman, material desires for sense gratification. Yaha, who. Sarvan, all. Puman, a person. Charanti, lives. Nishparaha, desireless. Nirmamaha, without a sense of proprietorship. Nirahankara, without false ego. Sa, he. Shantim, perfect peace. Adikshajati, attains. A translation. A person who given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense of proprietorship, and is devoid of all false ego, he alone can attain real peace. Now you repeat. A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives from desire, free from desire, who has given up all the sense of proprietorship, and is devoid of all false ego, he alone can attain real peace. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. To become desireless means not to desire anything for sense gratification. In other words, desire for become Krishna consciousness is actually desirelessness. To understand one's actual position as the eternal service of Krishna, without false claiming this material body to be oneself, without falsely claiming proprietorship over anything in the world, is the perfect stage of Krishna consciousness. One who is situated in this perfect stage knows that because Krishna is the proprietor of everything, everything must use for the satisfaction of Krishna. Arjuna didn't want to fight for his own sense gratification, but when he became fully Krishna conscious, he fought because Krishna wanted him to fight. For himself there was no desire to fight, but for Krishna the same Arjuna fought to his best ability. Real desirelessness is desire for satisfaction of Krishna, not an artificial attempt to abolish desire. The living entity cannot be desireless or senseless, but he does have to change the quality of desires. A materially desireless person certainly knows that everything belongs to Krishna. Ishvayam idam sarvam. And therefore he does not falsely claim proprietorship over anything. This transcendental knowledge is based on self-realization, namely knowing perfectly well that every living entity is an eternal part and parcel of Krishna in a spiritual identity, and that the eternal position of the living entity is therefore never on the level of Krishna or greater than him. This understanding of Krishna consciousness is the basic principle of real peace. Now we usually recite these prayers before the lecture starts. I mean, if you can follow it, be fine. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jananjala Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Sabitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakana Raganatavitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Sadabhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vishamtacha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinobandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustete Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarupyasya Kripa Sindhu Yevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. First of all, thank you for being here. It's only a few of us, but I tried to attempt to say something. So let's see. What's this? This is actually seems a quite simple verse, but if you notice, there's quite a lot of point in there, and I would say so. This is one of the very, very fundamental verses in Bhagavad-Gita, because it mentions quite a few things. Krishna is talking about desire, sense gratification, a person who's free from desire. And then again, it's talking about the proprietorship and talking about false ego and peace. So these are like all big subjects, really. I mean, someone can talk about any of these topics for like days, really. We can give seminar. So first of all, Krishna is talking about giving up all desire. So to my understanding, we can conclude that when we're talking about somebody's giving up something, which immediately comes to mind that there's something. You have something that you have to give up. Obviously, if you don't have something, there's no question of, there's no meaning of giving up. So some people talk about, we shouldn't have any desire, but we have desire. As a person, we have desire. So Krishna, Krishna's talking, it's talking about giving up desires. But what kind of desire? Okay, if we have desire, why Krishna's talking about giving up desires? And straight away it says the desire of sense gratification, which is the main thing. I mean, we're all here for what? For enjoyment. But what kind of enjoyment? Enjoying of senses. So sense enjoyment is what it keeps us in this material world, because we want to enjoy. To enjoy is not a bad thing. That's the nature. That's the nature of human to enjoy. That's Krishna says. Everybody, or Prabhupada actually in the Krishna book says, everyone's looking for happiness, one way or another. Some people know that they're looking for happiness, some people don't. But every single living entity is looking for happiness. And this happiness, if you try to find this happiness through wrong path, it might give you happiness a short term, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 day. You hardly find anyone that say, I've been happy for a full day. Even they say so, I would not believe them. There can't be a day, you're happy. You might be in a state that you want to be, but somehow or another you get a phone call, somebody knocks at the door, you get a flight, somebody, a neighbor making a noise. So it's impossible to be happy for a long, long period. It's impossible. So this happiness we get from sense gratification because it's coming from the wrong sources. And those sources being the senses. It won't give us a happiness, a full happiness. But what we try to do, we try to gain happiness that is never exhausted. Externally, we might not look happy, but internally, we definitely, if you go through the right process and follow the rules and regulations, we definitely find it, internal peace. Sometimes if you got a toothache, okay, you can't say when you have a toothache, you say, oh, I'm very happy. Obviously, you're in pain. But you're in pain, you're not happy. But you live, you have a pain, but you're not living in a pain. So life is not miserable. And I was listening to a lecture, actually, that these aches we have is actually a sign of that this body is designed, to suffer. You can find thousands and thousands of ways to inflict pain on the body. But to enjoy for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, you have to work really, really hard. If you want to make a living, if you want to put food on your table, you have to work a full day, at least a full day. If you can't even, but a full day work, you can't put food on your table. If you got a family, you have to work really, really hard. If you see, you go outside there, everybody's working, everybody's just running around just to make a living. And what, for like 10 minutes, to have a roof on over the head, to put food on the table. So to have happiness, or to experience happiness in this material world, you have to work really hard. But the other way around, if you want to inflict pain on your body, matter of second. Just put a needle, pull your ears, poke something in your eyes, you feel the misery. So this body is designed, to it's actually a machine to show you that you can take it, to take the spiritual to higher level of understanding, or to show you that Krishna showed you through the body that you are this body. Don't stick to this body. First of all, it just you take birth, it goes through process of aging, you get disease, for sure you get disease, and then you die. So this machine is a perfect alarming. It's like a letter, somebody sends you a letter, oh, you're born. Yeah, happy. And then after a while you get a letter that, you getting old. That's the second letter. Invisible letter, but it's through some signs what we don't see. And the third letter, you get some disease. And the 4 letters, which sometimes you don't get time to read it and you're dead. So senses are not the right sources to get the full happiness or true happiness. You agree? Everybody?
It's short term.
Yeah, what are really, it's easy to say. Sometimes we sit down and we hear something and then it seems to us that we understand it. But I'm a big believer of understanding and realizing it's a completely different thing. When you hear something, you first understanding the word, understanding the message, what's it all about. Now we're talking about senses, then you understand it's talking about senses and some symptoms of all this. But when you really realize it, then when you act upon it, that means you understand it.
If you experience it, that's when you realize it.
Well, experience it through following your instruction. Through every understanding, there will be some instruction. It's just like a doctor, you go to the doctor, you get tummy ache, and the doctor says, okay, take this medicine and you'll be fine. You understand it. The doctor told you, take this medicine and you'll be fine. And he gives you, a dosage, take 2 tablets a day, 4 days. But you understand the instruction. But when you're actually going home and take those drugs and follow the instructions, say, act upon it, then you can say you've realized it. Otherwise, if you just go home not doing anything about it, I would say he just understands it, but he's not realized it. Because when you realize, you act upon it. You have something to say? Yeah.
So do you reckon Krishna built the human body in a sense is to act in such a way to test as a means of testing human beings of like whether they go down that route of sense gratification? Like when it comes to looking for happiness, obviously there's 2 ways: looking through faith and looking for higher power, looking through drugs or sense gratification, whatever it is. So do you think Krishna intentionally built the human body to act in such a way where people would have to, detach from everything worldly to make it a hard process, but at the same time an easier process going back?
Exactly, yeah. This body, as I said, is designed, to suffer. But imagine, because we belong to material world. We agree on that, Jane? But there are two words, material world and a spiritual world. As definition of a living entity or Atma is a part and parcel of Krishna. So in a simple word, we are like fish out of water. And what a fish out of water would do? Would he start building a house and the first thing he wants to go back to water. He wants to start, live in a castle and say, oh, it's brilliant. And if you see it, he says, you're mad. Something wrong with you because you don't belong here. So we belong to material world. And for somehow or another, we wanted to enjoy, independently from Krishna. And Krishna said, fine, you want to enjoy? So he gave us this body, but if he'd given us a body that it would never suffer, stress or misery, imagine we would stay here forever. But we don't belong here. We don't find, because this body, because whatever it takes birth, it has to die. So when we take birth, what happens? You die. if you don't die, you experience a lot of death around your loved one. You might be the happiest person in the world, which is impossible, but just as an example, you see people around you die. So if this body is just a way to show you, okay, this is it. Every time you get a pain, it tells you, do not trust this body. This body cannot give you unlimited happiness or true happiness. That's why people working like 5 days. Why people working 5 days just to take 2 days off?
It is a crazy, sad world, definitely.
Yeah. But to understand, this is, we...
Not happy, and even, I think maybe it's general that in families that there's arguments and shouting or upset because people aren't in control of their emotions. They work very hard and then they take it out on someone else because they're tired.
Right, that's going to be in a mode of ignorance or passion. Even but the thing is, one of the...
That's what be normal, isn't it? Behaviour, sort of normal Western behaviour, isn't it? That they just don't see themselves. They don't see why.
But Krishna is...
I heard my stepfather getting naughty with my mother, and I thought, what the heck is he doing that for? What is he? Why is he getting knocked with her? And it's so hard to deal with. I'm so glad I've come here because handling what is happening in my mother's home where she's he's a stepfather, he's taken complete control over the situation, and then he does whatever he wants to do, gets angry, or he gets angry with me because I'm real.
Okay, but imagine, just an example, but imagine if your father or that ex-person, what if he's a very nice guy? What's going to happen? We're talking about, on a material platform. As long as you're on a material platform, whether you're in a mood of ignorance, whether you're in a mood of passion, or whether you're in a mood of goodness, you will still suffer. But if you're in a mood of ignorance, you suffer a lot. Hell of a lot.
More.
A lot more. If you're in a mood of passion, then you experience some happiness, and then again you suffer. If you're in a mood of goodness, you suffer less. You might have you might have a peaceful, happy life, but the misery will come to you. You can't be in a mood of goodness and be happy. But I said, because miseries come from 3 sides: from inside, from us ourselves, from mind, from other people, living entities, and it's coming from a higher platform, from demigods, environments, So if you have a perfect family, perfect husband, perfect father, perfect mother, everything, neighborhood, country, you will experience, again, the neighboring country will attack you. What are you going to do about that? You can't do anything about that. If the neighboring countries are all good, what are you going to do about too hot, too cold, too wet, too this, something or another, so misery in a different form occurs in this material. As long as you're in a material platform, there are something. But sometimes people think, if I get a very person, like you see a lot of people trying to build a better society. Okay, you build a best society, but Prabhupada said, can you get rid of death? Can you get rid of old age? Can you get rid of disease? Can you take the birth? Look at the birth itself. Do we want, how many times, God knows how many times I've said to myself, why to my mom? My mom died a long time ago. I never said that to her, but many times I said, why did you bring me in this life, to this world? Why did you bring me to this world?
Because she loved her there because of love, probably.
But I know, but why did she bring me? She could have explained, maybe she brought it out of love, but did she ask me? So what I'm trying to say, we come to this material world not out of our own choice. This is a very simple thing. If I was me, I would have wished to take birth in a Brahmin family. But was I ever given the chance? Where do I born? No. So even the birth itself is a problem.
Based on our past experience.
Yeah, but it's so in short, this material world, no matter what angle you look at it, it's a place of misery. And Krishna says, but the good news is Krishna would take us to the spiritual world, one way or another. In a very simple word to say, either we go on our own to material world, or Krishna will kick us to the material, take us to the spiritual world, one way or another. One way or another, you get so much frustrated that you kick, head against the wall. Why is this? Why is this? Sometimes, sometimes people have a good life in general, but you see so much things happening around you, and things will not get better. Because, as I said, we have to have a very broad vision that this world is designed, to show us that this is not a place for stay. This is extremely, extremely important, that we are a fish out of water. As I said, a fish out of water is not going to go around to other fishes and say, oh, you know what, this land is not a good land. Let's make it a perfect land. Let's make it a swimming pool and this and that. The first thing they have to plan is just go back to water. Because that's where they belong. You should go back where you belong. Wherever, just like look at the normal life. Wherever you go, what do? You want to go back home. You want to go on holiday? Holiday means what? Spend some time somewhere away from home. You go back home. You go to uni, you go to London, Leicester, whatever. You go back home. You go to work, you go back home. So because home is your destination. So we have to know that where is destination? Someone in between. It's just like you come in from work and a friend, pull up a car and say, get in, and then you go out here and then you think you're happy. No, but you have to go home. You have to go because that's where you belong. You have all your stuff in there, all your loved ones are there, your stuff in there. So home is your destination. So our home is a spiritual world. Any attempt, small, big, whatsoever, to make a happy life in this material world it's a bad thing. It's a bad plan. Whether with Krishna, it makes it easier. You can live in this world, but not be off the world. I often say, like a bottle of water, and then you immerse that bottle of water in an ocean. It's in the ocean, but it's not off the ocean, so it's separate. You can be in this material world, but experience, the spiritual world. So that's what we are. Otherwise, we should say, we just kill ourselves and just go back. Chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds for 5 years, and then commit suicide, go back to spiritual. No. You can live in this world, but not be out of the world. But again, you go, even the pure devotees go through death. Everybody died. Prabhupada, experienced that he left his body. He went through some really, really bad time. But did it affect his consciousness? No, it didn't affect his consciousness. So you'd be happy. You could be very happy internally, as Ben probably always says, inner happiness. Happiness doesn't come from outside. So, but the destination, we have to realize, really, really realize, every single day you go out, where am I going? You're not going to work, you're not going to uni, I'm going to work every day and I'm going home. Is this the life? No. But where is this destination? That's what we're talking about. What? The big question. What's the big question? What is the goal of life? If you don't set a goal of life, you could be going anywhere. So anytime you're going out thinking, it's been a good day. No, it's not been a good day. Because every day you get older, you're one day closer to death. And the bad news is if you don't live on the right path, you will die, and then you take birth again.
My mother, actually, that is what I'm partly assuaged by the verse which says, "Do not fear for your relatives," etc. But I have got some concern, but I should be
Yeah, but the other side is quite very, very important. If we walk out, if you come to temple for a year, 2 years, still you don't realize that this is not your home. This body is not your home. This world is not your home. That's what is called a self-realization. Self-realization is a very simple word, but that's the whole concept of philosophy based on self-realization. Self means what? Self means who are you? And realization is just when you realize who you are. But do we know who are we? Okay, we almost, and often we say we're not, this body, we're a soul. But are we acting on it? Often say this word is just like a blazing fire. A blazing fire. What would you do if this building is all of a sudden you come to know that this building is on fire? Would you start, going to your, the other room and you start counting your money, or say, oh, I'll take this and I'll do that, and could do something? No. The first thing you do, you just want to get out of it. But the trick is, I don't know, bad news or good news or whatever, that it's not tangible. This blazing fire is in mind. Mind has to realize this is a blazing. We actually, at this very moment we talk, we're on blazing fire. Not at this moment because we're talking Krishna. The moment you're talking Krishna, and the moment you're hearing Krishna, if that word of Krishna, if they're talking about the subject matter, if it goes into your heart, you're not of this world. You're not of this world. You could die exactly that moment, but you're not of this world. So it's extremely, extremely important that you're not of this. Not even for a second, you think, every single. This is the goal of life. We have to become to that level that every single moment, you know that you're not on this. You don't belong to this world. Every single attempt that you try to make this world a better world, but not for the sake of making a better world, to make people Krishna consciousness, is a failure. We can make this a perfect world, but for what? Perfect world, what? To live in? Or making a perfect world to make everybody Krishna consciousness, so to send them where? Send them back home. Like this is like a media to make people Krishna consciousness and send them back home, not to take birth again. Not as in like, mate, I made it really nice word, but you come back again. Because what did we say before? If you're a happy person, you're a perfect person, you can't get rid of the 4 defect. Take birth. Whenever you manage or you're able to decide if you want to take birth, first thing, if you want to take birth, and second, and if you say yes, I want to take birth, if you can decide where you want to take birth, in which family, which country, which region, then I would say you can say, okay, take birth is a good thing. But it's impossible. You can't decide whether you want to take birth, and you can't really say tomorrow, I hope I will not take birth. No, that's not up to you. That's up to your action. If you're not on the right path, you take birth again, no matter what you do.
And it says in the book as well, in one of the books, it says if what you think of when you're dying is connected to what you're saying and doing.
But that's one thing. But it's more than that, because if
you could even become an animal in the future life if you have.
Whatever your desires are, that's what form you'll take in the
It
next
says
life.
that.
But your next life depends on 2D, double D. What is it?
Your deeds.
No, 2 words that start with D. D.
Yeah.
Desire and deserve.
Desire and deserve.
Desire and deserve.
Right.
You can't just live a really sinful life and say, "Oh, I want to live. I want to take birth in a really good family." So what you do and that makes you what you deserve and your desire. And if you desire, if you really like to sleep, if you want to be naked all the time, swimming here and then, you take birth. You take birth. But there's thousands of different fishes. You might not be the prettiest fish, but you will be a fish because you want to be, in the swimming and be naked or whatever.
That's your desire.
Yeah. So desire is not all about just desire, because you got, that's a bit, Krishna is not stupid. You deserve, but your birth is depend on what you've done and then what you deserve. It's like when you're going to work. If you work really hard, then obviously you get, your boss says, oh, you deserve more money. Then he gives you, Christmas more money. But if you've not been working hard, you just get that, £50 or whatever. But if you've been really working hard, then you say, oh, that guy deserves, he gives you £500. So desire and deserve. But the main thing, as I said, if it was, I could write everywhere, in every street, that this word is not our not home. Fish out of water. Just think. It's very simple. Go home and think. This word is that we're a fish out of water. And if you think a fish would build a house, build cinemas, build hotels and all this stuff, restaurant in the land to enjoy, or build whatever, with whatever to experience happiness, then come and see me, and I would say you're a stupid person or not. A fish out of water, the first thing out of, it goes back to the, water. So this word, as I said, if you realize this, then you're a fully Krishna conscious, then your life is perfect. But it's not just realize it, act on it. When I say realize it, understanding and act upon it, then I would say you realize. It's just like knowledge. Knowledge is just to give you knowledge. It's just like something. It's just like a tree. A tree, if it doesn't, a fruit tree, if it doesn't give tree, what's so good about it? So unless you act upon your understanding, you've not realized it. You just heard it. Anybody can, understand, like that doctor, Harold Shipman.
Yeah.
He was a doctor, but he didn't know anything about humanity. A doctor, what would you say? A doctor would save life, yeah? He was a doctor, but he killed hundreds of patients. So he didn't realize that what he's supposed to do to save life. So that's a very simple, example. A doctor, which is supposed to save life, which he did, he saved some of them, but killed some more. So he didn't realize that he was a doctor. So that's a realization. If you're a doctor, even if somebody bring an ant with a broken leg, you will try to save, the ant.
Yeah.
So, but he didn't realize it. So often we just walk out whatever we go in to hear lecture or whatever. If you don't act upon it, you should tell yourself, I've not realized it, or just understand it. When you start acting upon it, as I said, like a medicine. If you take the medicine, you understand it. Okay, and if I take this medicine, I'll be good. That's understanding. Yeah, this is understanding. The next level, you have to take it. That's where it comes the realization. You realize that if you take this medicine, you'll be good. That's you realize. But often we know, we're not this body, we're spirit, soul. What do we act? No. Oh, sorry, I have to go somewhere and make money. If tomorrow somebody take your laptop, you be take away your laptop, you'll be so miserable because you think you identify yourself with the body, with its material. Well, this is my home, and this is my home, and I lost the laptop. Life is miserable because you think you're from this world. Ben probably wants to say something.
Yeah, so from this essentially we can say that the senses deceive us from true happiness. When I see my friends, they're all taking substances and things, I can see how temporary that is. Next day they'll feel horrible. So you can see it from a unbiased perspective of how true happiness is everlasting, like you say, we enjoy cleaning, you enjoy getting up, and it's more consistent. And a story, I believe that Indra from heaven was incarnated as a boar or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
He didn't want to go back because he was
yeah.
suffocation of eating stool. So it showed, when you're a slave to your senses, you're limiting your how you're thinking. So the potential of a whole new world out there, which is so much more magnificent. Heaven, obviously, is so much better than just being a hog. Just eating stool. So because he was a slave to his senses at that time, he was incapable of even comprehending the whole beautiful world.
Yeah, but at least you have to. It goes. Our senses sometimes extend themselves. Sometimes we think, "Oh, this is just us." No, when you want, one of the biggest, entanglement is attachment to family. You can be very renounced. You can get, I'll just live with nothing, just a roof over my head. But giving up your family, externally, it's very extremely difficult. But this is very, very subtle. Giving up is not as in like I'm married, I love my wife, but it depends how you look at your other people. Everybody, my wife is no different than you, because Krishna is everybody's heart. Relationship is different. My house is my house because Krishna has given it to me to look after it, so it's my responsibility. But it's not my house, it's Krishna's house. It's just a responsibility being given to me.
Yeah.
But as I said, it's very simple, but what really, really I love everybody to understand. We don't belong here, and this is not our real home. Let's make it a peaceful life, and let's make this lifetime to make it back home, back to Godhead. Because they say, if you don't make it this time, Krishna will give you another chance. You have to come back again. It's a good news, bad news. Good news is whatever you've done in this life, whatever good done in Krishna, even you chanted like 2 rounds, next time it will count. You never lose it. But you have to come, a very, very clever person or sensible person will say, okay, this is a not good word, and this is this, and this is that. But you want to go out, like a prison. Would you like to go out and just come back in? And you want to get out of that prison forever. You want just to go back. Because imagine, we all the time hear this, but imagine you live in an environment, no toothache, no eye, problem, no ear, no problem whatsoever. Vaikuntha, which is a spiritual planet, it means free from misery. But we have never, a materialist person never experienced a day without a misery. A day without the misery, a day without being bored. People get bored. Sometimes people are very, very rich people. They got all the means of the world, to enjoy themselves, but they get bored. Mine is just that they kill themselves. And a poor person wants to be a rich person, work all the way up to become rich, and then we can become rich, he kills himself. And we see many of them. Whitney Houston, and a pretty lady, worked really hard, I think when he was maybe 14 or 15. Maybe that was his biggest wish in his life, to become very famous. Became famous, fit, a few times attempted to commit suicide, and at the end of the day, he killed herself. A lot of people. Yeah, Elvis Presley, everybody knows as a king. He actually killed himself, not directly, but by overeating.
Yeah.
But this happened, as I said, fish out of water. Just remember, when you go home, maybe you'll forget it. Who that? Yeah, but as I said, good man or a bad man in this material world, fish out of water, it might be happy for a while.
Spiritual man, and I think he realized when he was, I'm sure he did realize at the end.
Yeah. So the thing is,
I think he did have a spiritual message.
Yeah.
But you kind of realise it a bit too late.
It's too late, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he is an example of the way that we can't control ourselves unless we make a massive effort.
Even then, though, he's still.
As I say, if you live, at least try to make one day a start point. Okay, from this point, I will try to say, I'm a fish out of water, and I want the goal of life. You want to go back to the spiritual world. You have no business here.
I want to see what it says after that Arjuna did not want to fight for his own sense.
Oh, you picked up a very nice point, yeah. Arjuna.
Krishna conscious. What does it say finally?
Which one?
The end of the sentence that starts there at the bottom, Arjuna didn't want to fight for his own sense satisfaction. When he became fully Krishna conscious, he changed his mind.
This is a nice point. I mean, Arjuna didn't want to fight. But have you read? You've not read Bhagavad-Gita, but
When Krishna told him that his relatives were already dead, or that they belonged to Krishna, so it didn't really matter.
no, it wasn't. No, it was no, it wasn't like that. Okay, it's too late. No, I have to kill him. No, he didn't want to fight. But I mean, you have to know the Bhagavad. Arjuna didn't want to fight because he was attached to his family. I mean, how can you kill your grandfather or your teacher? And that's attachment. Oh, it's my father. But what make that father different and that strange man then different than your father? Because you attached to him. Philip, we don't think the prasad ready because I don't ready. If it's ready, then I'll end it.
Krishna explained to him that his family, that the battle, as if the battle was already fought, everything belongs to Krishna anyway.
Again, these are all just to help us that this is not a place for us to hear. I mean, it's very, very, Krishna consciousness is very simple, but it's a bit difficult for some people to follow. It's not as in like, it is difficult. It is difficult because when it's just like, you can walk freely, but if somebody holds your hand or your leg, you can't walk. But it's just because of attachment, it's very difficult. When you think, oh, this is mine and this is mine and that's mine, then you think this is yours. This is a false allegation. Nothing belongs to you. Like a man, he was a big guy, he had a big factory, he was making glasses, and he went to Prabhupada. He said, Prabhupada, I want to donate. And Prabhupada said, what do you do for a living? He said, I've got a glass factory, take sand and take it to my factory. And Prabhupada said, fine, you're a big thief. Prabhupada said, what did you say? He said, you're a big thief. And Prabhupada, the guy said, why did you call me a thief? I said, because you take the sand, who does sand belong to? Does it belong to you? It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Krishna. So you take the property of someone else, and then you make it in something, make it to a product, and then you sell it, make a profit out of a stolen goods. And they make a profit, and some of the profit you give to temple, and you think you're a good man. Okay, you're a good man, but you're actually a thief. Because those sands, those trees we take fruit of, who they belong to? They belong to us. So this sense of proprietorship, it's part of a not understanding who we are. But if we understand who we are, it's really nice. I mean, I'd love to be a servant, somebody look after me. If somebody said, Behnam, from tomorrow, you will have a perfect master. He will look after you. He becomes your friend, but he's your master. And then you don't have to worry about anything. You never get disease. You never get old. You never suffer. Like I'm sitting here for half an hour, my legs aching. But if he says, you live in such a world, there's no such a thing, I would say perfect. It's 9:20. We should have finished at 7:30, but sorry to prolong it. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for tolerating me. And hope we one day, all of us together, realize that first, who are we? And what's the goal of life? And most important after that, and we act upon that understanding, act according to rules and regulations which is designed to take us back to Godhead. Please, do not attach to the,
You hammered that nail.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jane. Thank you for tolerating me. All glory to Shri Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Ben, I'd like you to read the Prasad prayers. You have it on your... Yeah. And if we give it to Jane read read the Jane will read the translation. It's always good to know at least what we're saying, because we just read reciting Prashad prayers.
I'll sing it.
Yeah.
Mahaprasade Govinde,
Mahaprashade Govinde,
Namo Brahmani Vaishnave,
Namo Brahmani Vaishnave,
Palpa Punya Vatam Rajan,
Salva Punyavatam Rajan,
Visvaso Naiva Jayate,
Vishwaso Neva Jayate,
Sarira Avadiya Jal,
Sharira Vidyaja,
Jodendriya Tahika,
Jodendriyata Hika,
Jivife Visaya Sagare,
Jive Pele Vishaya Sagare,
Darya Madhya Jivati,
Tarmadye Jivayati,
Lobomoya Sudamati,
Loboy Moy Sudurmati,
Tekete Takatina Samsari,
Takijata Katina Samsare,
Krishna Bada Doyamoy,
Krishna Baradayamoy,
Kari Bari Jiva Jai,
Karivara Jivajay,
Mahaprasadana Tiravai,
Mahapasadana Dilobai,
Si Enarmata Pao,
Ste Annamrita Pao,
Radha Krishna Gunagao,
Radha Krishna Gunagao,
Remdaka Shitanitai,
Premadako Shri Chaitanya Nitai,
Rabo Nityananda,
Srabu Nityananda,
Sri Advaita Gadara,
Shri Advaita Gadarha,
Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta
Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And translation, please. It's very important to know at least what we're reading.
O Lord, this material body is a place of ignorance, and the senses are a network of paths leading to death. Somehow we have fallen into this ocean of material sense enjoyment, and of all the senses, the tongue is most voracious and uncontrollable. It is very difficult to conquer the tongue in this world. But you, dear Krishna, are very kind to us and have given us such nice prasadam just to control the tongue. Now we take this prasadam to our full satisfaction and glorify their lordships, Sri Sri Radha Krishna, and in love call for the help of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda.
See how merciful Krishna is? All we do, we eat the same food. It's not, what we eat. But we offer it to Krishna, and Krishna said, take it to your full satisfaction. So same food, you take it, and then it gives you inner happiness. These food, if you take it with the right consciousness, again, right consciousness, it would really, really affect your consciousness. It would different. And one of the Prabhupada always said, my humble request, when we take prasad, we should not talk when we're eating, because we honor in the prasad. Prasad means mercy. So when you're eating, imagine, just think that this is Krishna's mercy that Krishna's given me.
Very nice.
It's not to satisfy the body, it's to satisfy the whole senses. Because Krishna said, you made it for me, I accept it. See how nice Krishna is? So humble. He comes down, he accepts what you cooked for him. He accepts and he says, take it. After all, he's giving it all. Or you want to go? So yeah, I don't talk. When I talk, I don't stop.
We can continue to have discussion outside.
But he's saying that it's good if
Jai Prabhupada ki Jai. It was Madhav Kumar. By the way, if the class prolongs, it's all Madhav Kumar's fault. Everybody knows Madhav Kumar's fault.
I'm only doing your job.
What's it called? An announcement?
No.
Oh, just a quick announcement. 28th of this month is Govardhan Puja. And the next Saturday is Mangalati. You attended one Mangalati. You came, you did. You came late. 8 o'clock you did.
Next Friday is Bhajan Sunday.
Next Friday is what?
Bhajan Sunday, yeah.
Where's the Bhajan Sunday?
Yes. Especially for
the
songs.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Same time.
Same time. 7
Also, we learn some songs if we don't
fruits, just take them over there and distribute.
Yeah.
Then you take.
Just make sure you give one to Jill.
If you give it there, take it there. Fruit. With a prasad.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Sorry, what's the technology here?
Mr. Hare Krishna. Mr. Hare Krishna.